As an actor, it is rare to find a role as perfect for you as Tony Scully was for Michael Chiklis. But in Hollywood, nothing is ever that easy. In a town full of actors and chock full of egos, sometimes even the casting process can be very daunting.
You'd have to know Tony Schembri. He's the commissioner of police in Rye, New York. He has the greatest sense of humor. He loves people. He's like this shining light bulb, you know, he's always happy and laughing and he has this incredible management style. And you get infected by Tony. He's one of those kind of people that when you're around him, you're infected by him, you know. One day Steve Commish comes into my office and he says, you know who we ought to do as a character? And I go, what? He says, we ought to do Tony Schembri. That's the greatest character. And I went, oh God, of course it is. We went to CBS, we pitched it, you know, and they said yes. And we went back and we wrote it, and then we submitted the script to them, and they loved it. I mean, I've never had a network love a script as much as the script that Steve and I wrote. I mean, it was like, I had a call from everybody there. This is amazing. This is great. We love, you know, and so now we get into the casting process, and we absolutely disagreed on who the commish should be. They wanted like these 6-foot-tall Italian, good-looking guys with a box full of chiclets for a smile, and you know, we kept saying, no, he's not a handsome 8x10 guy. He's this little schlubby guy. He looks like he should be cutting meat at the grocery store. We actually found Michael Chiklis, and we were so sure of Michael that we brought him in twice to read, and they just wouldn't hire him because he was like not your classic leading man. So we actually shot a test on the Hunter set. At the end of the day, we photographed one of the scenes out of the commish so that they could actually see Michael on film with an actor. And we cut the thing together and showed it to them, and they loved it, but they said, and for almost a year and a half, we tried to cast the commish at CBS, and we just couldn't get past this difference in concept over how the guy should look. And Steve and I really refused to change our original concept because it had come from a real place, and we knew what it was. So I finally called Jeff up one day and I said, you know, we've been friends for, well, actually Jeff was the guy who brought me over to NBC to meet Brandon the first time. And so he's like been one of my oldest friends in the business. I said, you know, I just don't want to argue about this with you anymore. Just give me the script back, because my studio owned it because we'd written it, and we won't make it. And he said, but we like the script. And I said, yeah, I know, but we're never going to get this cast. And you know, it's like I'm getting frustrated. A year later, we sent it over to ABC, and we had the tape already of Michael Chiklis. They loved the script because it was a really good script. So it went on the air with Michael Chiklis and Teresa Saldana, and was on 5 years. We just murdered CBS on Saturday at 10 o'clock. And Jeff used to say to me, yeah. But it was great. I mean, it was a fun show. And then Michael was a great star. Teresa, too. Those guys couldn't have been more fun to work with. It was such a low-maintenance set. He's such a good guy. And we just had a great time, you know, doing that show.